that with you. Right now, we're going to let you guys, is that okay, Tyrese?
Absolutely.
If they ask you some
We're
questions?
here to get to know each other.
Easy. Easy's going to come out with for your questions.
They don't need a mic, man. This ain't Oprah.
So you know.
I hear you. We right here. Steve Harvey.
Wow.
We do need the mic for the video.
When you were on TBN and just to sit there and expose, and I don't want to go to church, but I'm going to have to go to church with you because that's the connection that I have with him. Just to see the spiritual growth that taking place from your beginning album up into your interview on TBN and to see what God has manifest in you speak volumes, because even when I personally was in the world in R&B, you set standards. I may have not been a rap girl, but me love me some Tyrese. And then to see, as I transition with my Christianity and my walk with Christ, and to see you go on the TBN broadcast, it was like, wow, the manifestation that God is doing in you speak volumes across. It may not be where you want to be, that you think at that moment, but you where God wants you to be at that moment, and it inspired so many. So God bless you.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. You just got to stay on your path. Walk your walk.
All right, who's next? Now you got some questions in there.
Come on. I know y'all aren't shy.
Come on.
This is your moment.
I'm going to walk up to it. There we go.
Yeah, don't be shy. I want to know what y'all thinking, man.
I don't have a question. I just want to let you know I grew up in that same environment. My grandma was an alcoholic. My mom drinks also. So that kind of kept me away from my mom. My kids barely know my mom because I don't like to go around because I know she drinks.
Absolutely.
So I'm trying my best to forgive her for that, but I didn't follow that path.
Beautiful. God bless you. Yeah. The thing is, I have a 4-year-old daughter, and, my daughter name is Shayla. And there's a lot of people that say they love their kids, but it's really hard for me to believe that you love your kids with the type of things that you expose your kids to. It's you as an adult to be exposed to it and decide to bring this type of stuff around yourself. That's one thing. But your kids, you don't even know that man. Why is he around your kids? Why? So many women are so desperate. They're lonely and horny and just don't want to be alone. And so they end up using their kids as a form of manipulation to try and get that man to stay there. But that man happens to be a child molester. And when you say, I'll be right back, I'm finna go run an errand, you just don't know what that man is doing to your kids. Not every man is a child molester, but you see the stories on television. You see the news. It's like the woman is on TV and she's crying. She's not just crying about what happened to her kids. She's crying because she was so lonely and horny and desperate to have a man, she never even took the time to get to know who this dude is before she brought him home. And then she's like, if I can just get you to love my kids and get my kids to cling on to you and make you feel like you want to stay, I'm going to use my kids to keep you here. But what is he going to do to them kids? So for me, there was this girl I was dating. I was with her for 2 years. And it took me she was the first woman that my daughter had met other than her mother. I was married. It didn't last, but I was married, and we had a beautiful child. And I said, you know what? As beautiful as my daughter is, because us men, we do the same thing. We use the kids to get these women excited, because we know women are maternal and they love to, oh, she's so beautiful. And we see that shit happening, and we like, oh, yeah, we got you. You ain't loving me, but you love my daughter. I'm going to get your ass to stay here. I know about it. That's why dudes be in the mall with them little puppies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You know what I'm talking about. That girl ain't going to even look your way. They see that little pretty little puppy, you know what I'm saying? Oh, my God, it's so cute. And the dude like, yeah, I just got it, you know? Just got it. It's crazy. Dude, it's cool. Touch it. It's cool. Go ahead, touch it. So what's your name? Thank you, Slick. Get your black ass out here. Yeah, it's but that's what it is for me, man. It's like I say, love yourself. Love yourself. It's not in everybody's cards to be on TV. It's not everybody's cards, the beginning and the end of your life, to see and make millions and millions and millions of dollars. It's not in everybody's cards. But don't let any of your friends and your family talk you out of those visions, those dreams that God has put on your heart. And I've just realized that a long time ago. I mean, everybody you come with can't go where you're going. And at a certain point, you just got to decide you love yourself enough to say, I like you. I'll never stop loving you. But it just feels like you're trying to talk me out of where I'm going. And for that, I have to distance myself unapologetically. Not going to apologize for cutting you off. I just have to cut you off because you're trying to stop me from where I'm going. You hear what I'm saying, youngster out there? You hear me? You got to get where you're going. God didn't bring us in this world to be average. He didn't bring us in this world to just be regular. It's not about, some people feel like if I'm not on TV, I'm not valuable. It's not in everybody's cards to be on television. I'm telling you, I swear, I love all of the perks and all of the energy that comes with being Tyrese. I can't lie. It was in my cards to be who I am. But I have those moments where I wish I was the man right there in the back, program director, the boss. You know, he drive, he lived the life he lived. He's in his car, he's living the life, he's got his house, his money, his cars, his family. He's able to walk in the mall, shop, enjoy himself without people gawking, looking, sneaking little pictures. I see your ass filming me. Thank you, Slick. I'll be telling my security this sometime. We be walking. This is my security. Say what's up to Gerald, y'all. 12 years, my guy right there. Legendary. Yeah, all he do is fight women off. He ain't doing no real security. Ain't nobody after me. I keep telling, man, you only pushing off women. Lose some weight, man. You ain't got to be that big just to push women off. Get back. No photos. What are you doing? I said get back. Leave him alone. It's crazy. 12 years. Easiest money on earth. So sometimes we be in the mall or at the airport. I'm waking up now. We'll be at the airport and you'll just see people standing up and shit. They think they slick, act as if I know, thinking that they checking text message. You ain't checking no text message like this right here. What kind of text message are you sending like this? And then they want to look around as if they're not filming. Get your ass out of here.
Tyrese, we got 2 more questions over here.
Okay, let's go.
All right. What's your name?
Hi, Tyrese. My name is Monisha. My name is
What's
Monisha.
up, Monisha?
And I love you. Okay.
Mo to the E to the. Go
My
ahead.
question is, with your childhood and growing up and what you say your mom took you through and the challenges, when you played Jody and Baby Boy and the scenes you did with your mom in the movie with her boyfriend, did you feel like a special
that was
connection
my life.
with that?
Oh, absolutely. Crazy thing is, I had nothing to do with writing that movie, but I wasn't acting in Baby Boy. That was my life on film. I swear. That was my life on film. You know what's crazy, right? I ain't never shared this story. One time on the set, remember that scene in the living room when me and Ving Rhames got in a fight and he ended up socking me and I fell on the table and shit? Whatever. I was all right, you know what I'm saying? I took it like a man. I got up. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing, homie. It's nothing. Shit, whatever. It's nothing. Wipe your chin off, pimpin'. So after he hit me and I fell back, before we got physical, it was a scene that I was struggling with because, you know, for me, everything I do, if it doesn't come from a real place, I feel like people are not going to connect to it. So there was this one scene when I walked up to Ving, and I was like, "Cuz I got heat for niggas like you." Right? It wasn't coming from a real place, because I did the scene a bunch of times, and then he was like, he said something, I forgot the exact line. Me and your mama, da 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 da. He was saying that, and I wasn't getting mad enough. So Ving went off and he asked John Singleton what my mama's name was. Right? And so he said, me and Priscilla. I was like, cuz I got So, you know, at that point I wasn't acting. Because he said my mama's name. So, you know, it became real. But yeah, I absolutely could relate to the movie. And that's why so many people can identify with the movie, because it came from a real place.
We got one more. What's your name?
Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Tracy, and I agree with you about setting examples as adults to your kids, because I was in a situation of, you know, being with a man for 11 years, practically raising my first father's, you know, kids. And he's a great man, and I'm just like, okay, I'm shacking with him. He's giving me all this love and attention, but I don't have a ring on my finger. You know, when your mom say you're doing all that, milking a cow, and it was like, okay, Tracy, what example are you setting for your kids? You know, they're seeing this. They're going to grow up. They're going to think it's okay shack with a man, or either for a man to shack with a woman for all these years and not making that commitment. So one day I said to myself, and I said, you know what? You got to get yourself together, because you got two girls, a 14-year-old and a 9-year-old. So I sat there and I said, you know what? Look, we're going to either put that ring on that finger or you got to go. Out of 11 years, but I was woman enough to say that and understand that I had two girls, and how society is now to build that bond with my girls. I had to set that example. So he put that ring on that finger.
Hey.
All right.
Hallelujah. I love that. I was going to say, I hope you didn't kick him out after 11 years just for the ring. But I love that you had that bottom line, because, again, we create the standards in our kids' lives. It's not that I flood my child with materialistic things or money, but this is the life we live. This is what we have. I work for my daughter. I'm on stage right now at work. This is all to her benefit, everything. And this is what I'm getting at. I realize that because women in particular are very impressionable, if your father don't give you the finer things in life in whatever capacity, then when he brings you out to the real world, a man can go off and arrange something and buy something. And because these things are being arranged and you're impressionable, then you stop focusing on who this man really is and his characteristics, because he's flooding you with gifts. He's like an undiscovered magician. Where's the smoke? You know, soon as he starts slipping up, pimping, slipping up, cheating, running behind, doing this, doing that, he goes off and buys a purse or a handbag or arrange stuff at a restaurant, this and that, to get you to stop paying attention to who he really is, right? Because he wants to create the smoke. Now, it's okay if somebody makes a mistake. It's okay to say, well, look, I forgive you, but you got to have a bottom line and expect that man in particular to never cross that line. But I said to myself, outside of me being a great father, because I know I am, and my daughter believes it too. She's like, I love her some daddy. We've already had the finer things in life. So as you get older, there's nobody that can pick you up in a nice car and you decide, I want to be in a relationship with that man because of the kind of car that he has. You're going to pay more attention to the characteristics of that man who happens to be in that nice car. And you're not going to decide, girl, he got a car, he's got a job, he got a little money, you know, all the dumb stuff that people be running around here saying. It's like, okay, so you see the value in that man because of the things that come with that man. But that doesn't mean that he's a good man. And so I'm able to say this to my daughter. And so now she's going to go out and she's going to say, well, of course you should, you know, go after somebody that's doing really well for themselves because you don't want to be the one showing up with all the magic. But that house is not going to keep you in that relationship. That money that he has and them purses and red bottoms and this and that, no, daddy already bought you red bottoms. And if you want some more, I got you. Just tell me which one you want. You're not going to stay in a relationship for them red bottoms because you already got them. So if we're going to be materialistic, we already got past that. So now your child is able to focus on who are real friends, who are no good for her, who's motivating, encouraging, who's bringing that spirituality and that love in your life, who is a good man over a bad man. And we're not going to factor into, we're not going to factor materialistic things and money into the equation. So it's very important that we create those standards in our kids' lives.
Tyrese, being raised up in L.A.,
Yeah.
if you had become an actor or singer, what would have been your occupation today? What job?
I wanted to be a trash man when I was young.
Just a trash man?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I put it in my book. I'm serious. I wanted to be a trash man. That was my goal because, you know, I knew they came with medical. They had benefits, you know, medical, dental, you know, retirement plans. I used to practice. You know, I used to go like 8, 9 houses down the street every trash day, and I used to help the trash man put the trash on the truck. And he knew Tyrese is coming to help me out. This is back before, you know, they had them you know, the machines. This is when folks used to really do the work. So I used to have my little back brace. I used to put on 3 belts so I wouldn't hurt my back, and I go run up the street and help the trash man. To this day, it mainly happens in New York when I go. To this day, I be seeing trash men hanging on the back of trucks, and I be in these little limos and all that. I be looking like, damn, I wish I was out there with them.
Wow.
I know y'all think it's crazy, but this is what I ended
Real
up doing
talk.
and becoming. But when I was young, that's what I wanted to do. I was I just thought, like, that's a strong man. That's a man's man, coming home smelling bad every day. Your wife is cooking you food and you at the table. Yeah, baby, you know, the route today was rough, you know. Man, I must have got to this lady put a damn TV in the trash can. I wanted to tell them type of stories to my wife, man. I know y'all think I'm crazy, but that's the truth.
I guess that's real talk, huh? Well, Tyrese, we would like to thank you so much for being here. You didn't have to come, but you did. You had a big show last night. You could have... Did any of y'all go to the show? You could have easily said, I'm tired, I'm going back to wherever, I don't have time, but we appreciate you coming.
Yeah, everybody left this morning on a 6:30 a.m. flight. Rick Ross called me. We had a new radio. Oh, shit.
Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate your music. Don't we appreciate his music?
I love you.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate your realness. I really appreciate your, and you have some kind of calling, because you got some skills with you got some kind of skills with the talking there. I don't know if it's going to be a minister or whatever, but you definitely can motivate.
I think my audience need to be a little bigger. Once my audience grows, keep my audience growing, and then they'll show up for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what it's about.
Let's give it up for Tyrese.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate it. I want to say to everybody that's in this room, there's a lot of artists, a lot of folks out here acting and writing and doing whatever. And I just appreciate y'all always showing up for me and showing that love and support. Thank you to everybody in here that's from the radio stations that's in this building. I just appreciate y'all. Again, I did this album in particular independent. So every radio spin, people deciding to play my songs on stations that may not go according to the way things is normally done, it just means a lot, and I appreciate everything. So thank y'all for being here.